Patience, it is I, Andrew the Android Koloski here from the swimming pool. I wonder if anybody will join. I don't know if it notifies people when I go live, but I hope you will be on your way and will engage with me. Somebody says my swimming pool stream than I do from the streams from within my apartment, for what it's worth. Yeah, I guess so. I don't know why. Maybe because I'm out in the sunlight, or maybe it's because it's with a different camera, or maybe it's because I'm doing something that's pleasurable, splashing around in a pool. Yeah, I'm not really exactly sure what the reason why is, but yeah, they say I don't behave like I do when I'm live streaming from within my apartment, and from when I'm using the DSLR. Yeah, I mean, so we're about a minute in, and we have nobody watching. I'm assuming this means you weren't notified I went live. I don't really know what to do about it. What can I do? I need somebody to promote me. I need one of my inpatients to abruptly join and then post on the Discord that I'm live. I can't help but feel I'm being deceived. I can't help but feel I'm being lied to. I want honesty and transparency. They say they are lying to you, and they're afraid to tell you the truth, and for good reason, because they know how I'll react, and I won't react well. So they continue to lie, gaslight, manipulate, and attempt to rewrite history. And frankly, when they tell me the truth, it's probably gonna, change my relationship with my parents forever. So, all right, we got 2 people watching. Can somebody please, and I beg you nicely, please take this live stream and promote it on social media. Hello, Catherine. How art thou? Oh, wait, 13 people. We went from 2 to 13. Nathan called me an old man. Hey, what are you going to do? I'm still alive and kicking. Some people thought I'd be dead at 21, so I guess it's better to get old. Oh, no, I don't want to drop my phone in the pool. Oh, wow, that was almost bad. If I dropped my phone in the pool, I'm assuming that would destroy my phone. That would not be a good thing, because then I would have to purchase a new one. I just explained to you why purchasing a new phone is a bad thing. Someone says, you look older on the phone camera. Maybe. So this is how I look. La, 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 la. I am 37 years old. Hello, Erie. Hello. Somebody says, are you wearing sunscreen? I certainly am. Brian. Somebody says, is the sunscreen water resistant? Interestingly enough, it seems to be, I think it is, but it seems to be getting in my eyes and stinging my eyes a bit, so maybe it's not water resistant, Why do you ask? I think it is technically water resistant sunscreen. Yuri says, uh-oh. So it says, is your phone waterproof? It certainly isn't. So if I drop my phone in the pool, that will be a disaster for a multitude of reasons. One of the reasons being, I will have to get a new one. Somebody says, you got to make sure you protect your skin in the sun. It will age you. Yeah, the sun will definitely age you. I think my parents are going to be away for, several hours. I don't know what they're doing today, but they're going to be busy. Should I get the DSLR and create some pool videos? Or should I just live stream from the pool? Or I guess it really doesn't matter. Somebody says, just go to mental health recovery groups, meet some friends, and get off social media. Why do you have to create a pool video? You get out there, meet some friends, live life. You know? Erie says, on the phone, cell phone, you look about 10 years older. Hey, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? How old would you say I look, Erie? Do you think I look my age? Do you think I look 37? Or do you think I look older than that? I've always had kind of a baby face, but maybe stress and isolation and trauma has aged me. I'm not really sure. What's your impression? Erie says, I guess this is how you look in real life. Yeah, I guess so. This is how I look in real life. Erie says, you look like you're in your 40s. All right. Well, I am approaching 40. I'm going to turn 38 this year, so I am 2 years away from my 40s. So, for what it's worth, that's not exactly wrong. But I think I could still pass for my 30s. In fact, I am still in my 30s. So, somebody says, when's your birthday? July 25th, 1987. Yeah, the sunscreen's in my eyes. It's stinging my eyes. Yeah, it's coming up. It's coming up soon. It's coming up soon. So, oh no, I'm losing control again. I'm losing control again. Somebody asks, am I going to do anything fun on my birthday? I don't have any major plans for my birthday. Maybe I'll invite a friend over, or I don't know. Or maybe I'll do nothing and whine about, oh, everybody's forgot about my birthday. I could do that too. I could spend it all alone and cry about how everybody's forgot about my birthday. I love the victim mentality. That's the thing to do. You got to be the perpetual victim in life. Cry about how everybody's persecuted. Yeah, somebody says be careful with that because you're going to drop the phone in the pool. And if you drop the phone in the pool, you're going to need a new electronic. Yeah, I'm soaking in the pool. I'm soaking in the pool, that's for sure. Erie says, nobody said be careful. Oh, there's a chopper. There's a chopper in the sky. To quote Pink Floyd, look, mama. Oh, this is cringy. I was gonna do look, mama, there's an airplane in the sky. But I stopped myself before I gave everybody the douche chills to quote Opie and Anthony. Look, mama, there's an airplane in the sky. Somebody says my content is pretty cringe, though, so, Some people say my content is pretty cringe, so sometimes I don't even realize I'm being cringe when I am, Wanna go? So, I'm not going to perform Wanna Go in the Water. There's no reason to. There's no reason to perform Wanna Go in the Water. Wanna Go. angry. I'm angry. I'm angry. I'm angry. I'm angry. I'm angry. I'm angry. I don't know if the live stream froze here. I haven't gotten a comment. Oh, hey Daniel. Daniel says happy everyone. Happy Saturday. Yes, happy. I think it's the second day of summer technically. It's the first full day of summer, and the second official day of summer. Somebody wants to see me do a cannonball, and I guess I could do that for you. However, last time I attempted, the phone fell, water got in the phone, and I didn't even capture it on camera. So I don't think it's. I mean, I could get my DSLR and do a video, but maybe not. Somebody says, "Get your hair wet. Having dry hair in the pool is no fun." Well, I'm a preppy prima donna, like Lily's friends. Lily and the preppy prima donnas. So, I'm pretentious. I'm like, oh, yes, I got a 4.0 GPA. So, I don't think I'm going to get my hair wet. Oh, yes, I work as a lawyer, a doctor, an accountant. Somebody says, have you ever gone skinny dipping? I'm trying to think. I had a girlfriend in 2015, 2016, and we may have in this pool. I don't recall to ask if but I don't really remember. I mean, I think we did. I think we did go skinny dipping in this very pool. So I've done. I think we did. I don't want to say that 100%. So I think I've gone skinny dipping once, and it was in this pool when we were in the process of moving to this house. No, somebody says that sounds like something you just made up. No, I think we may have. But I might be mistaken. I don't really remember. It wasn't really significant if we did. We were definitely in this pool. We definitely, were, romantic in some capacity, like kissing and stuff. We might have, even, I don't know. I don't remember. Somebody says, you're not very good at lying. I'm not lying. I mean, I just don't remember. It's possible we were. But maybe we weren't. Maybe I'm remembering incorrectly. There's no reason to lie about that anyway. I mean, it is what it is. There's literally no reason to lie about that. Erie gave, so if we were good, if we weren't good, either way, it doesn't really matter. It's just, I think we may have been, though. Something we definitely did, though, was we had this, like, it doesn't matter. Who cares? All right. Or maybe she requested doing skinny dipping, and I said no. I don't remember. Yeah, I shouldn't have even brought that up, quite frankly. All right. It's a lovely day. It's hot outside. It's probably in the 80s. It's going to only get hotter. Erie says, I didn't lie, Erie. Erie says, it's all good. You lied, but we're moving on. I didn't lie. I just didn't really remember, to be honest. There was no lying there. I was answering a question. At the very least, we were definitely getting romantic in the pool, kissing in the pool, that kind of stuff. But not romantic, but like kissing and stuff. But I think she may have even. It doesn't. It literally doesn't matter. Erie asks, "Do you enjoy making up stories?" Oh, all right. If you want me to just say I'm lying, which I'm not. If you want me to just say I'm lying, I'll just say, yeah, I'm lying. Fine, fair enough. It doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. Either way, it doesn't matter. Mm-mm. All right. Either way, it don't matter. Or maybe so. So if Erie says it didn't happen, then maybe I have yet to go skinny dipping for the first time. Maybe that's something I will try in my 40s. You know. Maybe I'll try skinny dipping in my 40s. Somebody asks, have you ever gone to a naked beach? No. In fact, I would love to go to a naked beach and take photographs there. Erie says, no one cares. Well, you're here watching me just to criticize me, so I guess, I mean, you're criticizing me and saying no one cares, so you must care to say no one cares, right? I think I'm going to go to the supermarket to get some Mentos. I'm really having a hankering for some Mentos. I'm having a hankering for some Mentos. All right, so anybody want me to get the DSLR and create some videos here? Some pool videos. The pool after dark. The pool. Erie says crickets. Erie's giving me crickets. Damn you, Erie. Damn you. Henrique says, Mentos are heavenly. Yes. Yes, they are. I'm going to pop a Mentos in the pool. Mentos are indeed one of the best candies that has ever existed. So, I'm at a resort, and there's a model there. I'm getting the D chills, the douche chills again. I can't perform this off the top of my head. I got to be not live to perform. Want to go in the water? I got to be not live. I'm swimming in the swimming pool with the water. La 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 la. All right. Mentos. Somebody says, Andrew Koloski in the pool. Oh, snap. Yeah. Anybody want the magical snap? So has anybody ever... I think a lot of people have. They literally made a joke about it in the movie Grown Ups. Has anybody ever urinated in the swimming pool? I think a lot of people have done that. I know. I used to go to friends' houses. I know some people said, you have friends? Yeah, I have friends. And I used to, be afraid to urinate in their swimming pool. So I would constantly ask their mothers, oh, can I go inside and use your bathroom? And she would say yes. And I'd go back in the swimming pool and I would get out and I'd say, can I go back inside and use your bathroom? Like the mother of the other kids would probably should have said, just pee in the pool. Somebody says, you have friends? Well, this is when I was like in elementary school. Just piss in the pool. I know in grown-ups that they did something like, oh, there's a chemical that turns the water blue. I don't think that exists, but the chemical that turns the water blue when urine strikes it. The chemical that turns the water blue. No. MK Ultra says, why do I hate you? I don't know why you hate me, MK Ultra. I do not know why you hate me. Why do you hate me? Somebody says, did you ever find out what the red substance in the pool was? Yes, as a matter of fact, I asked mi madre, and she said, I don't know what she said. She said I think it was iron or rust or, I don't know. It just develops. It's not blood, It's not blood splatters. MK Ultra says, I hate you because you repeat stuff. Yeah, I probably have dementia and I repeat stuff a lot. I probably forget stuff and repeat stuff. I think hate is a strong emotion. It should be reserved for people you really dislike. Hating somebody for repeating stuff is kind of a waste of the hate. There's no reason to hate somebody for repeating stuff. Hate. I'm filled with hate. I'm filled with hate towards you, MK Ultra. I'm just righteously angry and hateful towards you. Erie says, I think we should reserve hate for really bad people. Yeah. So just say you're indifferent towards me. Just say you're indifferent towards me. Erie says, like people who abuse their elderly parents and innocent animals. Okay, Erie. Okay. Hate. I'm so filled with rage and hate. So anybody want me to set up the DSLR and create some videos from the swimming pool, or does nobody care? On a scale from 1 to 10, how much do people want me to create some pool videos today? Because I got the house to myself. Oh, we got Horn Dog. He's like, hey, big dog. Oh. The big dog's in the house. Horn Dog says, let's see some pool videos. Sure. What would you like to see me perform in the pool? What would you like to see me perform in the swimming pool? Somebody says, do you hate everyone who has it better than you for having it better than you and living a life of luxury without you? Not really. I mean, let's say hypothetically speaking, I was to discover, I was being scouted by a rich and famous pop star. Let's say Taylor Swift or Olivia Rodrigo or somebody to that nature. They've probably enjoyed their life, significantly more than me for the past, 30-something years. But I don't necessarily hate them. I'm like, yeah, your life was probably a lot easier than mine, or easier in some ways at least. I mean, do I want their money and their fame and, you know, yeah. Would I rather be me than them? Yeah, I would rather be me with their money and fame. I mean, to hate. I mean, like to hate a pop star. I mean, it's kind of random. Somebody says, but like, let's say hypothetically, the Switch. Let's say they did the Switch, and the whole pop industry was bullying you and mocking you, and well, then maybe I would hate them but I would have a reason to then. Assuming you know, they were bullying me and mocking me. But there would be a reason why. It wouldn't be just because they're more successful than me. So he says, do you think it's really over with Mama, the dominatrix from OnlyFans? Yeah, I think at this point, I'm gonna sever ties. I wish Mama the best of luck in all of her future endeavors, and it's on to bigger and better fish. I have come to terms with indefinitely suspending contact with Mama. I wish Mama the best of luck in all of her future endeavors. That's like a corporate statement when you part ways with somebody. I don't know what Mama's future endeavors may be, but I wish Mama the best of luck in them. Yeah, Mama got released from her contract. Mama got released from her entertainment industry contract. We have come to terms on the release of Mama. We have parted ways from a business point of view. Somebody says, Mama had nefarious intentions. Mama had nefarious intentions. Some people think Mama was the nefarious iBoss from 2017, 2018. That's certainly a possibility. That's certainly a possibility. The nefarious iBoss. iBoss was certainly nefarious. That's for sure. That's for sure. iBoss was certainly nefarious. I keep hiccuping when I say nefarious. I had some pizza for lunch. I asked me Madre to make me some pierogies, but she refused. So he says, who's my biggest enemy? Ooh, that's a good question. I don't really, well, I guess my stepfather, right? Assuming he's lying. I think it's my stepfather. Horn Dog says Dale would be my choice. Yeah, it doesn't really seem like he has good intentions, wants to mend or fix the relationship. It just seems like he wants to intimidate and bully me, and that's just what he wants to do. It doesn't seem like he has any good intentions towards me, and my mother just manipulates and gaslights. So I think Dale. Somebody says, do you think Man Crush Ed's brother, Man Crush Ed's sister was Mama? That's certainly a theory. Could the Man Crush Ed family from Levittown, could they be Mama? Yeah, it's certainly that's certainly a theory. I don't know who this Mama is. I don't know who this Mama is, but it's certainly a theory. It's Man Crush Ed and his family. Some people said maybe it's the Asian woman from college, 15 years ago. Some people say maybe it's, I don't know, Taylor Swift or Olivia Rodrigo. Some people say maybe it's, I don't know, who else could it be? Maybe it's iBoss, some 50-year-old man from the UK who's bullying me. At this point, it's a mystery who Mama is. It's a mystery who iBoss is. I do not know. I do not know. I like the mystery. Somebody says, what happened to the raspberry plant? To be honest with you, my mother removed it from in front of the house, or stepfather did at least. My mother or stepfather, I don't know who did. And it's been missing and hasn't been talked about since. So my mother and stepfather did something with it. I don't think they planted it. Somebody says, you would date a man named Dale on Only. No, I don't like men. I'm into women. MK Ultra. Somebody says, did they do something nefarious at the raspberry plant? I'm taking a look out here in the backyard to see if I could see the raspberry plant. I think they probably threw it out or gave it to somebody. La 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 la. Kylie, go potty. Kylie, don't jump on the couch. Kylie. Somebody says, you need to shave. I did shave. I did shave today. Shave my head? Somebody says, didn't you date a woman named Kylie? No, I've never dated anybody named Kylie, I don't think. Unless I have dementia and I'm blocking it out. But no, to answer your question, I didn't date anybody named Kylie. MK Ultra says, if Mama convinced you to... Somebody says, why did you turn on Mama? Yeah, I mean, I want to go to mental health recovery groups and meet real people in the real world. I want to meet real people in the real world, That's why. Now, well, the sun is very bright. It's hard to see the screen. Somebody says, Andrew has dementia. He can't read more than a sentence. He's a vegetable mind. He's brain dead. He's a pudding head. Somebody says, the chest hair is like 4 inches long. It could be trimmed or at least get a gold chain to match it. La 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 la. I'm going to go get some Mentos and maybe a hard seltzer. I think my parents are going to be away for a while. Maybe I'll get some beer and drink some beer in the swimming pool. That's like Levittown. That's pure blue collar, Levitt trash, white trash. Yo, let's get some beer and drink in the swimming pool. Let's get some beer and get drunk in the swimming pool. That's pure Levittown here. Somebody says, unless it's Dr. Garrett's old emails, I'm not going to read it. Unless it's the old Dr. Garrett emails, I'm not going to read what you tell me. Somebody says, get some hard seltzer and drink in the swimming pool. Oh, yeah. I'm living the life. La 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 la. Living the life, getting drunk in the swimming pool. Be a love it. Somebody says, give us the big dog salute. That's the big dog salute. Oh, oh, oh. Vegetable mind. Somebody says, it looks comfy. Oh, it certainly is. Somebody says, is there a possibility that Dale and your mother are actually getting off to your pain? That's certainly a theory. MK Ultra says, this is not the life. You should find a romantic partner. Hey, this is like a Caribbean island vacation. This is like a vacation to Hawaii. All we got to put on is some music, drink a seltzer water in the pool, and it's like an island vacation, you know? Or at least, or maybe I'll get like a pina colada, you know, and drink it in the swimming pool, like pure white trash Levittown people. I'm living the life. I'm living the life in L-Town. Okay, here we go. La 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 la. What do you say, bitches? Thank you, Andrew. What do you say, bitches? Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Andrew. Thank you, Andrew. MK Ultra says if anybody is getting off, it's this guy. Don't go in the swimming pool after him. MK, you're projecting. I don't do nefarious things in the swimming pool. I don't do nefarious things in the swimming pool. You know, Horn Dog says, get some ladies, get some models to come over in the pool with you. Yeah, I certainly would like that. That's for sure. I would certainly like a friend to go in the swimming pool with me, and a cute woman would be better. It'd be great to have a cute lady in here with me. And we'd be swimming around in the water. Somebody says, ask Mark. Ask Mark to come into the swimming pool with you. Yeah, I mean, that certainly would be fun. That certainly would be fun. Anybody want me to get the DSLR and do some requests? Any DSLR requests? Yeah, a Levittown white trash gangsta party in the pool. Rusty says no. No DSLR swimming pool videos today. Somebody says keep streaming. La 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 la. Sauce says, don't forget about Mama. Somebody says, sing us one of your summer hits. Oh, I don't know. All right, let's get political here. Apparently, somebody wants to see me do a cannonball. Let's see if we can try this. I want to be a rock star. I want to be a... Okay, let's see if I can try this here. 1 second. I told you it wouldn't work. I told you it wouldn't work. Somebody says it worked. It worked. Somebody says it looked good. Thankfully, the phone didn't fall in the pool or get wet. So it worked. It worked sort of. So he says, "Well, Erie, if I did a cannonball, the water would explode everywhere. It would get on my phone. I didn't want the phone to fall. I didn't want the phone to fall over, which it did. It wasn't going to work. It just wasn't going to work." Horn Dog says, "I think your neurological damage might not be reversible." I hope it is. Erie says, "Do a proper cannonball." I hope my neurological damage. Nick says, "I think iPhones are water resistant. I take mine in the. I take mine in the tub all the time and put it under water." Somebody says, "I can see all your wrinkles in the sun. The sun isn't good for you. Your laugh lines." Okay, whatever. Horn Dog says, "If your neurological damage cannot be reversed, then you got to work with what you've got." That's true, Horn Dog. You got to work with what you got. You got to work with the vegetable mind. You got to work with the brain damage. Brain dead. MK Ultra says, "Andrew, the one-legged dog. I mean, the Koloskinator." Somebody says, "Get on the float. Get on the float." Somebody says, "Did the brain damage start in 2011, or do you think before?" That's a good question, Horn Dog. Could it have been lack of hydration and nutrition from the running years, 2005 to 2011, or I don't know. You got to ask a doctor. You got to ask a neurologist. Erie says he was diagnosed with a learning disability as a child, which is basically a nicer way of saying low IQ. Somebody says you can't get brain damage from running. Well, if you don't hydrate enough and don't eat enough, maybe you can. Unless there's some more we don't know. Well, I was running and walking all day long for years, all day, every day. Somebody says running is healthy. I'd say it was the pharmacological abuse from 2012 till about November of, I think, 2022. Pharmacological abusers. Where is what's her name? Tara Social. It's been a while since we've seen her. Somebody says, "How long have you been in here? You don't want to get pruny." Somebody says, "We need a new chat bot." No, I was running from 2005 to 2011. From 2012 onward, I began walking excessively. So there was a big miscommunication there. When I started meeting Dr. Copland in 2012, I was walking. I stopped running in 2011. Somebody says, "Did you end up in hospital for dehydration at any point during that time?" No. Erie says, "Dr. Garrett says his schizoaffective started in high school." I don't know. Just whatever. It doesn't matter. Just. Ooh, whoopee. Peter says, "I need to get a pool." Yeah, the pool is nice. Let's change the topic. Yeah, I mean, how many times are we going to talk about Andrew's mentally ill? We've talked about it so many times. Somebody says, "High school gave you the vegetable mind. High school is what made you brain dead." So let's talk about wrestling. What about wrestling? I used to like the WCW Nitro episodes where they were at that nightclub and they had the pool and somebody would always jump into the swimming pool. Does anybody remember the Spring Break Nitros? Somebody asks, "Who's my favorite woman wrestler?" I don't know. So he says, no, not Bash at the Beach. Bash at the Beach was at a literal beach, but they had the Nitro episode that was the Spring Break Nitro episode. I think the Final Nitro is one example of that, where they would perform from, I think it was like Lock Club Vista or something like that. That was pretty cool. I like weird venues. I think it lost money, but it was cool for the scenery. Having a wrestling ring in the middle of a swimming pool is a pretty cool kind of thing, you know? Somebody says, "Have you ever been to Spring Break, Andrew?" No, I've never been to Spring Break. I've never enjoyed Spring Break. MK Ultra says, "Tell me the truth. Tell me the truth." Somebody says, "What about WCW Road Wild?" That's Sturgis. Oh, yes, I remember that too. I ordered, I think, the 97 one. And the bikers didn't really know anything about wrestling, and they would boo good matches and cheer the big stars. But it was cool for the weird scenery. Can you play Harlem Heat's theme or Booker T's theme? Not right now. It goes, yes, yes. No, no. Yes, yes. No, no. Da-na-na-na-na-na. 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 Something like that. Somebody wants a wee wee wah wee wah. Wee wee wah wee wah. Somebody says, remember the Dungeon of Dew? Yeah, I think that was Kevin Sullivan, Ming, the Barbarian. I think the Giant was in there at some point. Yeah. I also remember Kevin Sullivan's feud with Chris Benoit, which was pretty good. But also, you know, it led to some bad things happening in later years. I was more of a WCW fan at that time than... Somebody says, I remember Chris Benoit's feud with his family. Chris Benoit. The Rabid Wolverine. Yeah. I know some people thought, Kevin Sullivan when it was responsible. Erie says Chris Benoit inspires her. Yeah, he's a real inspiration. Somebody says, do you like Crow Sting or Surfer Sting? I think it's universally accepted Crow Sting is better. TB asks, does nobody ever join you in the pool? No, I'm lonely. I have no love in my life. I have no women. I'm going to sing to you this song. I want a woman to go in the water with me. I want a woman to go in the water with me. And we could splash around and water could flow between our fingers and toes. Rusty says, Steve Blackman overcame malaria. He was bedridden for 2 years. Somebody says, do you think you have CTE, the brain disease Chris Benoit had? To my knowledge, I've never been hit in the head. So I'm going to say no. I think the pharmacological abuse is what did it. So somebody says, what if you were dropped on you? Somebody says, you look different on the phone cam, Andrew. Yeah, I guess so. Pharmacological abusers. Somebody says, please, Andrew, never get hit in the head. Somebody says, you're looking like a young Tom Cruise. Thank you. All right, I'm getting pruny here. My body's turned into like a big prune. Somebody says Tara Social left. I miss Tara Social. So I think I'm gonna hit the bricks. I think I'm gonna hit the old dusty trail. Anybody got any last questions? Or does that about cover it? Somebody says, later, big dog. Have a good afternoon. Peace out. Somebody says, can we see you do a cannonball into the pool? All right, I'll try yet again. Too slow yet again, Mr. Bond. Here we go. First off, okay, here we go. Hopefully it stays this time. Wee wah, wee wah. 1 sec. Ah! Okay. Let's try it again.